In astable operation of the 555 timer, the external capacitor C is charged through external resistors and is discharged through resistors ARARA, BRBRA, CRA and RBRB, DRBRA and RB. The correct answer is RA and RBRB. The frequency of the 566 VCO is set by A, an external resistor, B, an external capacitor, C, both an external resistor and an external capacitor, D, none of the above. The correct answer is both an external resistor and an external capacitor. In astable operation of the 555 timer, the lower and upper peaks of the charging-discharging external capacitor are 2. A VCC VCC, B 0.5 VCC 0.5 VCC, C 13 VCC 12 VCC, D 13 VCC 23 VCC. The correct answer is 13 VCC 23 VCC. The 311 voltage comparator can operate from A, dual power supplies of 15 V, B, a single 5 V supply, C, either a dual power supply of 15 V or a single 5 V supply, D, none of the above. The correct answer is either a dual power supply of 15 V or a single 5 V supply. In interfacing circuitry, a receiver provides input impedance to minimize loading of the input signal. A, high, B, medium, C, low, D, zero. The correct answer is high. When the input to the 311 voltage comparator is value, the output is if the inverting input is connected to ground. A, any negative low, B, any positive low, C, any positive high, D, none of the above. The correct answer is any positive low. In a comparator, the level of the reference voltage must be A, negative, B, positive, C, 0, D, all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. When the loop is in lock in a PLL, the input frequency is the output frequency from the VCO. A, the same as, B, greater than, C, smaller than, D, none of the above. The correct answer is the same as. In a 555 timer, a series connection of 3 resistors sets the reference voltage levels to the 2 comparators at end A, 2 VCC 3 VCC 3, B, VCC 2 VCC 4, C, VCC VCC 2, D, VCC VCC. The correct answer is 2 VCC 3 VCC 3. In the operation of two 311 voltage comparators, as the voltage window detector, a low output indicates that the input is A, above the higher reference voltage, B, below the lower reference voltage, C, either above the higher reference voltage or below the lower reference voltage, D, within the high and the low reference voltages. The correct answer is either above the higher reference voltage or below the lower reference voltage. In a comparator, the reference voltage is connected to input terminal and the input signal is applied to input terminal. A, only the minus, only the plus, B, only the plus, only the minus, C, either the plus or minus the other, D, none of the above. The correct answer is either the plus or minus the other. A voltage-controlled oscillator VCO is a circuit that provides an output signal. A, 0, B, varying, C, constant, D, none of the above. The correct answer is varying. For the ₹232C circuit is a mark and is a space. A, 12V 12V, B, 12V 12V, C, 5V0V, D, 5V0V. The correct answer is 12V 12V. An input at a frequency of 1070 Hz will drive the decoder output voltage to A 5V, B 14V, C 5V and 14V. D none of the above. The correct answer is 14V. The conversion resolution of an 8-stage counter operating an 8-stage ladder network using a reference voltage of 5V is A 0.0195 mV, B 0.195 mV, C 1.95 mV, D 19.5 mV. The correct answer is 19.5 mV. A phase-locked loop PLL is an electronic circuit that consists of A phase detector, B a low-pass filter, C a voltage-controlled oscillator, D all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. Time periods for monostable operation of the 555 timer can range from to making this IC useful for a range of applications. A picoseconds nanoseconds, B nanoseconds milliseconds, C microseconds many seconds, D none of the above. The correct answer is microseconds many seconds. For transistor logic TTL circuits is a mark and is a space. A 12V0V, B 0V12V, C 0V5V, D 5V0V. The correct answer is 5V0V. In the operation of two 311 voltage comparators as the voltage window detector, a high output indicates that the input is A above the higher reference voltage, B below the lower reference voltage, C either above the higher reference voltage or below the lower reference voltage, D within the high and the low reference voltages. The correct answer is within the high and the low reference voltages. In the frequency shift keyed FSK signal decoder, the RC ladder filter is used to A remove the difference frequency component, B remove the sum frequency component, C remove both the difference and the sum frequency components, D none of the above. The correct answer is remove the sum frequency component. The free running frequency of a 565 FSK decoder is adjusted with A external capacitors, B an external resistor, C an external RC network, D an internal clock. The correct answer is an external resistor. In a ladder network conversion, ladder stages provide voltage resolution A more greater, B more smaller, C fewer greater, D none of the above. The correct answer is more greater. In a ladder network conversion, the circuit provides a signal to stop the counter when the staircase voltage rises above the input voltage. A control logic, B comparator, C ladder network, D none of the above. The correct answer is comparator. A comparator circuit accepts input of voltages and provides an output that indicates when one input is less than or greater than the second. A linear-digital, B linear-linear, C digital-linear, D none of the above. The correct answer is linear-digital. Which of the following requires interfacing circuitry? A keyboards, B video terminals, C printers, D all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above.